Hey, so welcome back to this new series, the movie review. And this is going to kind of replace the comic book review for now until the comic book review comes back with season 4. I don't know when that's going to be. It kind of depends on when out of this, which is probably, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out, oh, sorry, I'm still trying to figure out, like, trying to get a new format. So, yeah. Um, so today, this is episode 1, and we're doing the Ghost of Mr. Chicken, his personal favorite of mine. And these being movies I watched recently, so like they're so fresh in my mind. And yeah, so let's get and talk about the cast. So the cast, you have Don Knotts, of course. You saw him in the poster. He's probably the most famous person on here. Born 1924, died in 2006. Probably most famous for being on the Andy Griffith Show, and he was also in the show Three's Company. And he's also been in dozens of other movies like Shakiest Gun the West, Who Goes to Monte Carlo, The Reluctant Astronaut, The Love God, Chicken Little, How to Frame a Fig, and Air Buddies. And sorry, I've done that every time I've done this. Oh my gosh. So next, talk about kind of the love interest in the movie. Her name is Joan Staley. Born in 1940. She actually died last year, in 2019. Uh, she's most famous for being in The Ghost of Mr. Chicken, and probably more famous for being a model than probably anything else, really. But she was in Elvis Presley's Roast About movie. Next, we'll talk about Skip Hamier. I think I said his name right. It's Homer. And he's most famous for being a child actor. And he was born 1930, died in 2017, so fairly recently. He's most famous for being a child actor, and he's in The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. Really, he had a lot of like movies in the early like 60s and 50s and stuff. So next we talk about Dick Sargent. He's pretty relatively he's famous in a way. He's mostly famous for being the Bewitched television series, and yeah. So our next guy, he was born 1930, died in 1994. Next we'll talk about him. This guy is um his name is Philip Ober. Uh, Born 1902, died in 1982 in Mexico City. That's weird. I don't know why he'd be in Mexico City, but sorry, I felt a sneeze coming on. I thought I was sneeze. He's pretty much like most famous in the early '60s. He was like in a lot of movies and stuff. But probably the most famous movie he was in Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest with Cary Grant, and who was in a movie with Matthew Hughes and JFK with Kevin Bacon. I think. Wait, did I do that right? I think I did that right. Dang it. Yeah. Maybe I should have done the Kevin Bacon thing with all of them. That would have been funny. Because the thing is, if you look up at Don Knotts, you can link it with with Yvonne Craig, who was in Batman with Adam West, and they did a Green Hornet special with Van Williams. And in that, in the Green Hornet series, as for one episode, they got a girl who was in the Town Inferno with Paul Newman, who was in a movie with Tom Cruise. It was like a pool movie. Who was in a movie with Kevin Bacon. So, look at that. So I can link all these people just by this movie. That's pretty funny, actually. But okay, so now let's get back to the movie. So this movie, I also have that guy down there. I kind of forgot about that guy. Oh, jeez. So that guy's name right there, the guy in the black suit. His name is Liam Redmond. He's actually from Ireland. Born in 1913. lived 1989 and died in Dublin, Ireland. Okay, he's pretty much famous for this movie. So this movie, it was kind of like suspenseful, and it was kind of tense, and it was like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? So it was not like not really twists and turns. It's a pretty simple plot. So basically, Don Knotts is a newspaper, not reporter, but he works in like the ink room in the basement of the local newspaper. And there's this house in the city called the Simmons Mansion. And the Simmons Mansion is supposedly haunted by the ghost of Mr. and Mrs. Simmons. And so the story is that 20 years ago, Mr. Simmons murdered his wife, went up to the organ loft, played his organ, then jumped off the window, jumped off and killed himself just by suicide. And so the ghost supposedly haunts the mansion. So everyone's pretty scared about it. And so Nicholas Simmons, played by Philip Orbert, is Nicholas Simmons, who is the nephew, and he wants to knock down the house. So, with the help of, said, this guy, whose name is Kelsey in the movie, Liam Redmond, pitched his idea to both, oh my gosh, I forget this dude's name. Oh yeah, Skip and Dick, and they kind of come up with, hey, let's have a guy who's a complete like scaredy cat spend the murder night at the Simmons Mansion, and so they come up with Don Knotts, and yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. You have to watch the movie, and so like, it's not that scary. There's some scary parts, so it is like a somewhat of a horror movie, but it's not really scary. But it is it's actually it's just a good movie, good plot and everything, and it's funny. Don Knotts is great in it, and like it has a lot of like 5-star reviews and stuff. So like, like, has a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. Um, it's a 7.3 out of 10, so it's relatively good. So it's a pretty good movie. It's a nice family movie, definitely in, I want to say, coronavirus times, but I'm filming this in May. As you kind of see at the bottom, you see the date pop up. Don't know why it does that, but it's somewhat helpful. And so I don't know. I don't know when this, like, most likely this is going up in July. So I don't know what it looks like all in July and August. Who knows? Maybe we're still in quarantine. I don't know what's happening. So so I said it's a good movie. Personally, I would give it like a 9-star review out of 10. Yes, I'm doing 9 out of 10 this time for the movies. Usually I do 1 to 5, but that's for movie. No, but that's like the comic books and the albums. But this is a movie, so they do 1 out of 10. So I'll pretty much give it a 10, not a 9. It's really good. Uh, but, and like Don Knotts said, he's great. It's a good plot and everything, so yeah. So that's kind of all I have about this. So I guess it's kind of more of a history lesson than an actual like review, but I'm pretty, I said, okay with it being more of a history review than anything, history thing than anything. But like um like I said, like I love watching movies and stuff, and I also like looking at the cast and to see like what else they've all been in. So so what kind of inspired me to do this? Well, the total cast part, when it talks about the casting and stuff, I was totally inspired by Svengoolie, who does every time he's on MeTV, depending, like, if you have Cox, it's channel 1, 2, 3 on Saturday nights, and he plays horror movies. But he always has a little segment that he talks about the cast and everything. So I was kind of like, hey, maybe I should do that kind of thing. But also review the movie, kind of talk about it a little bit. But I said it was a great movie. Highly recommend it. It's a nice family movie too. I said there's like a couple kind of scary parts. It gets like really suspenseful and scary, but other than that, it's towards the beginning, so it should be fine. On like a family movie scale to 1 to 5, I'll probably give it a 4. Maybe not like a movie for toddlers, but maybe if you like maybe like some nice like like 6, 7 year old 6, 7 like preteen kind of thing, you know. So that's kind of a good like area of it. Like nice, it's a nice family movie. Like I'm saying, don't like sit down with a 3 year old kid and watch it kind of thing, because the scary parts you might get scared, not want to watch it. But if you get us like kind of kid who's older, like as a preteen, maybe like 6, 7, like fourth, third grade kind of thing, then yeah, maybe that's kind of good. I guess it's like window, I guess, to watch it. So yeah, usually at this point in the video, I say, hey, if you like this, you might be interested in this video and this video. This is the first of a new series, so can't really do that. So, because I don't have any other ones. So if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any comments, complaints, questions, answers to questions, put down the comments below. And if you like, so I want to know what do you think about this movie, and what's your favorite part of the movie, and do you kind of agree like what I said, like rating wise and stuff, and kind of age wise kind of thing. So I'll see you in the next video. Oh my gosh.